Alrighty guys, welcome back. It is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Today we took like one kind of larger win and then also scalped two pretty small trades. As you can see, we are up just about $700 on the day. Not the best honestly not the best day, and these weren't really even the best trades, so I'm lucky to be where I am right now, up 700. This is the stats. As you can see, we didn't take any losses, just one win for like, I think it was like 500, 400, and then we scalped a little bit, so not too bad. But let's get right into it. Today, coming into market open, I was pretty bearish. I saw we're inversing all of these things here, so I thought, okay, what could be potential targets? And I rarely use the daily chart. I should probably use it more, just in case. But I saw we had this massive wick here, and we went and tapped in to just about equilibrium of this wick on ES. We tapped into discount of this wick, so I didn't see any need for us to be any further down. If you want to consider that an SMT, you could. And within that daily wick, there wasn't really any PD raise except for this one 15-minute here, which I didn't see until after this push-up already happened, just because I didn't go to the 15-minute and scroll all the way to the left. I was using more of the wick. But since I was bearish, I was looking for a move lower, hitting equilibrium or even hitting some of these lows down here, which were the only other lows that were really evident to me at the time. This was my first trade here. I saw that we came up, tapped into this 5-minute, and we were rejecting off just a lot of bearish PD rays here, but the 5-minute in particular gave me a lot of confidence to look lower here, and I think I took this trade off of the 2-minute. Yeah, so this trade here, let's see, shoop, right here we got a little bit of a close. I was hoping to target at least just this low here, but we didn't end up getting that. But I was pretty quick to move stop to break even on all of these trades just because of market conditions recently. I didn't really want to risk anything, especially blowing my account yesterday. So I was trading extremely safe. As soon as we got any sort of momentum past entry point, I would immediately trim risk and eventually just go break even. For me, break even on this trade was this 1-minute order block here. So I moved stops into profit, and once I saw that we closed right at the order block there, I kind of moved my stop loss up even further, and so that secured us like 10 points with 2 minis, so that was about $400, $400, yeah, around there. I'm pretty sure is when I secured my profits. My stop loss was above that, so as you can see, it definitely saved us, and we turned green on that trade. From here, I didn't see this 15-minute until after this move, so I wanted to take the longs here, but I was so convinced on a bearish bias today that longing with this many things to like overlap didn't really make sense to me. It wasn't just the fact that I didn't see we were bouncing out of this. It was more so I just didn't believe in bullish order flow today. But you can see that was wrong. However, I was able to scalp a little bit up here. I'm pretty sure I took something like this. There was a trade or a little thingy mobber right here. Okay. But same thing again. Super safe on this one. As soon as I saw that we can't kind of just started sweeping this and then didn't really continue. I didn't want to risk anything more than I already was being in a second trade, so I just closed it. It wasn't even really any sort of a profit. And then, but up here, I saw these relative equal highs here. We tapped into them, and I was thinking, okay, well, if we inverse this 3 minute, this is definitely a short that could go with my bias, and I could target an internal 5 minute fair value gap, which at the time would have been this one here. I'll just mark this out in black, 5 minute. So that would have been my target. It would have been really close, but it would have been a good break-even point. Like if we inverse this 3 minute here, then we just hit this 5 minute, and that was it. But I didn't really, I don't know. There was a lot of choppiness going on, and I saw on the 1 minute that we had this low resistance liquidity right here, and I knew at some point it was gonna get swept, but I didn't really fully believe in it. So I didn't take a full trade on this. I believe I took maybe an entry right here, or something. I can't even remember. Basically, I just scalped this nonsense. I didn't really get any profits, but we brought us up a little bit more. And I wouldn't do this on like a real account just because this is an eval and it's the first day. I kind of want to get a kickstart. So apart from my normal rules, this is why I traded with higher size today and why I took some relatively pathetic trades that I'm not entirely proud of, but it did the job. We have a little bit of a buffer now, and yeah, that's that. In terms of like most probable trades, once we tapped into this 15 minute inside of, I think it was a 1 hour maybe, yeah, or no, or what was it in? Maybe it was just a 15 minute. Oh no, it was a 15 minute within a 1 hour. And then up here, we also bounced out of a 5 minute. This was after the fact though. But this 5 minute inside of the 15 minute here was kind of like a key level that I was looking for. If we wanted to continue short, it would be from here. I didn't take this, but I did just like forward test it. This trade right here was really, really nice. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of drawdown, hence why I didn't take it, because I didn't one, I didn't want to risk anything, and two, this amount of drawdown is going to make me go ballistic. I just do not have the mental fortitude or the self-confidence to hold within drawdown to this extent yet. On backtesting, I can take trades like this easy, no problem, but on a real account with not real money, but you know what I mean, I just, seeing this much red, it just makes me feel like I'm so stupid for taking this trade, and that's exactly why I didn't take it. However, I was forward testing this trade, and overall that was a really good, probably the most probable trade of the day, other than this long here. But even this long, like, we just had such bearish confluence on the day, and right at market open, we just, I don't know, swept all this stuff on the sell side, and we still had more to go. I just thought it was super improbable that we would kind of just break through all this sell side inefficiency here, but we did, and that's what the market is all about. You're never gonna get everything right. It's about reacting. And so at that point, I mean, obviously this trade was already long gone. However, after that, we did have a potential for longs. Where are we? Right here? Nope. Right here. These created an SMT right here. As you can see, ES swept that low, whereas NQ hadn't, and we were bouncing out of a 5-minute and a 15-minute. So taking a long here somewhere, like if there was a 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute, taking this 5-minute probably would have been the best trade of the day. Targeting this buy side here, stop relatively low. I mean, obviously down here is as safe as you can get it, but that's a negative RR, so you would have to put it just under like a protected area, probably this order block, or a PD ray within the median of that range. So looking back on the day, I liked this trade when I took it. I just don't like how it played out this long. Yes, it worked, but to me it was against the like at the time I didn't think we were drawing higher. I mean, everything just seemed so bearish, so I thought we would maybe, like come and bounce out of a 15-minute in here, or this 5-minute around where first presented for value gap is, because at market open we tapped into this 15-minute here and swept internal buy side right there, which was enough for me to be like, okay, that was a manipulation move before market open. Now we are continuing. We had a little bit of consolidation here. We're going to continue downwards for the day, but I wasn't right on that. Obviously we wanted a reversal, and right around 10 I think is when we got it. So 10 a.m. reversal here. We had a little bit of a 10 a.m. open wick down, as well as the wick from 6 o'clock on the 4-hour. And then yeah, from there we've just been kind of bouncing all over the place. I mean, this isn't necessarily terrible price action, it's just not what I was expecting, so I'm going to be a lot less risk prone and try to use that to my advantage, seeing that we're relatively in kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word? I'm forgetting the word. So fuck it, whatever. But and now it looks like we are continuing that bearish bias. If we go to the 4-hour here, having a massive wick at the top. 1 hour. Did inverse this. However, now we are disrespecting buy side PD rays, bullish PD rays. We respected this 5-minute up here, as well as this 15-minute order block. This little lad right here. Come on, boy. Let me pull you over. Yeah, this little order block right here. Put it in red for you. So yeah, I stopped taking plays over here, obviously, but this is just what I've seen as the day's played out. We are up on the day, that's always a good feeling. We didn't necessarily have the best day today, despite being in the green, but can't complain too much. I mean, I did the best I could, and we are up on the day, so it is what it is. And if you guys want to see my executions, you can see I took every play that I just explained. So here, took the short. Here, I scalped a little bit, and then here I also scalped a little bit. So that's that, as well as this 2-minute inverse. Forgot to mention that also played a part in me scalping right there, as it was the highest time frame PD ray in that range from that manipulation leg. So, as well as this SMT tapping into this key zone around consequent encroachment, 15-minute and 5-minute, both aligned. And then this was just a super high confluence target for me, but again, I didn't want to suffer any drawdown or even think about drawdown or being in the red, and that's my biggest weakness as a trader right now, is not letting a trade play out. Today definitely was one of those days where my safety precautions paid off. Like here, yes, I would have been break even here, but I wouldn't have made any profit had I stayed at break even. Same goes for here, and same goes for here. So I'm glad I cut the trade short today and secured profit, but all in all, these trades are relatively not very rewarding trades. So I don't like trading like this, but it worked out for us today, so it is what it is, and we get off the charts and go next. So yeah, that's about all I got for you guys today. Green day, we're on a new eval, so in case you missed the video yesterday, we did blow it, but it's okay, it's all good, it's part of it. And I already made a long ass video about that, so I won't even get into those thoughts or feelings. And yeah, it looks like probably, I mean, we have a lot of kind of just bouncing back and forth. It seems as though, to me, in these market conditions, the adjustment period from all-time highs being taken over and over and over to flipping to a bearish bias, it's not always going to be super clean. I mean, the previous days we were really struggling, all this stuff, just not really, like market open yesterday was over here, or this was Tuesday, and we just chopped around, like we're on a 15-minute time frame. This was a lot of chopping to be doing, each of these being 15 minutes. Same thing for market open yesterday. We just displaced, chopped around, and we got cut up yesterday. Already made a video on that. And then you can see we displaced just around 11, started displacing. So these market conditions are a little bit funky. I wouldn't say price action is necessarily bad. I just think it's easy to be thrown for a loop in these conditions. I mean, we're all experiencing it firsthand, so there's nothing we could really do about it. Just play to your strengths and try to stay confident and believe in your model. To me, I think this was probably the best play of the day, other than this long, but that's outside of my trading regimen. I don't trade outside of like 9:30 to 11, or I try not to most days. So, you know, it is what it is, but this short right here was probably the best play of the day. Take it on a 1 minute, and just because of the target was such high confluence and we were tapped into such a key level here, it would have been extremely really weird had we not gone and taken this sell side and even swept this high again. Like, it would have been really weird. But that's kind of what sucks about the price action right now, is you, like, with this model at least, there's just, I don't know, a really absurd amount of potential drawdown. And I can see this rejection block played out really well. If you guys trade rejection blocks, you know, that was a pretty good one. We had a rejection block right here, sweeping the buy side, tapping into the 15-minute. And we were also bouncing off of it looks like 3-minute order block right here, as well as another rejection block right here. So just little bits and pieces of confluences scattered about, but overall I didn't really like today, just because of the way we were kind of disrespecting the bearish trend. Like, market was really nice, market open was really nice. I tried to get a continuation at market open, but there really just wasn't anything. not even a 30-second here, and we weren't like drawing back into a higher time frame like 5-minute PD rate. We would have had to just assume that we were right out of this 1 minute. So it is what it is, but I tried to get a continuation trade, but we were already so low in discount, and yes, there were more targets and whatnot, but the market just didn't want to go that way for us today. So that's that. I hope you guys had a good day today. Tomorrow's Friday. Ugh. What kind of news do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow we have some red folder at 8:30 and then 10 a.m. orange folder. So we could probably hold a trade through 10 a.m. as long as we're in the green, no SMTs or anything like that. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully there's like a nice 8:30 wick. I've been waiting for one of those. I really like to use those as targets. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's really all I got for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.